All right, in this breakdown, I am rolling with my longtime student, UFC fighter, and Brazilian Jiu Jitsu black belt, Billy Quarantillo. And again, I've been training him since 2010 in Jiu Jitsu and MMA. So I kind of know all of his stuff, and he knows a lot of my stuff too. But still, super tough, super skilled opponent. When I roll with him, we almost do it like MMA because that's what he's always preparing for. So we use the wall a lot and wrestling, and sometimes we'll smack each other. He's more like a little brother. All right, so basically we're just wrestling around. I'm looking for inside control always. All right, in this case, he shoots a double. I know if I keep underhooks, I can stop it, but in this situation, I'm going for a 10 finger choke because whenever a guy puts the head to the middle while he's doing a takedown, if you could get a nice 10 finger choke, it will take his hands off your legs. He'll forget about the takedown and he'll have to defend the hands, which is what I was hoping would happen here. And it does. And then I try to do a quick shot and he was ready for it. He got the underhooks on me, brings me up. So when you're rolling with MMA fighters, they're very good at the wrestling aspect, especially on the wall. And, they're good at getting those pummeling underhooks and bringing people up. And then he pushes me. So again, I just want to create these wrestling scrambles with him, get him to work on, defending the takedown on the wall. So this is one of my favorite ones. I think I'm doing this one. No, I'm not. Yeah, I am. We call it a number 3 here. So basically, it's just an ankle pick off the wall. But if I use my pressure of my top shoulder here to push him and try to pin him into this wall, this becomes light, and then I can usually just pull it right out. So that's what I try to do, and he goes to his hand like he's supposed to and right back up. And I try to show him that if he tries to get up, he's getting a knee to the face. But he's got his knee down, so I can't really do that. Oh, that would have been perfect timing. So now I'm trying to get an anaconda on him, a standing one, which I don't really ever see work out too well for anybody when it's standing. So I think I'm going to try to sprawl him down, and pull him to the floor, but he's not coming. So I use the cage or the wall. And then I realize I'm not going to get it, so I abandon, but I try to stick to my front headlock because I feel really strong in that position. I feel like I can get people to the floor, get guillotines, or come around to take their back. So I try to keep the front headlock. Billy's really good at getting out of it. And then, as you see, I used it as a distraction. I didn't know I was going to do it until I did it, really. But I use it as a distraction. And anytime I see somebody's butt on the wall and their feet kind of like off the wall, so there's like this angle here, rather than a vertical. Anytime they're like leaning on the wall, it's almost, it's not every time, but it's very high percentage you could pull something out, especially if they're not expecting it. So I let his head free and I pull out. Boom. And then I use my hips to keep him down. And again, we're doing jiu-jitsu, but we're doing like an MMA style jiu-jitsu. So it's a little different. I'll let him, he can kick me all he wants. It's fine. I keep my head back, hips forward always for MMA. And then I backstep past just like I do in jiu-jitsu. And every time I backstep past, people try to get the underhook and come up, and I'm ready for that, and I'm looking for a Kimura almost always. So here it comes. I lock the Kimura in. He knows it. We've been here a billion times together. And now you can't see it, but I have his other arm trapped, and I'm looking for a wrist lock. So I push the wrist down into the floor. His elbow's on the floor, so he gets out of that. Oh, no. What happened? That's here. Yeah, I push for the Kimura, and then I go, there it is. See the wrist lock? And nobody ever wants to tap to that, and I'm not going to try to break his wrist either, but in real life, in a competition, I'd stomp on that as hard as I can. So now he's shooting in. He's trying to get me down on my back, and full disclosure, I'm about 30 pounds heavier than him, so to get me down on the floor is going to be pretty tough for someone smaller, but here he did it. He grabbed the ankle and the knee, and I'm trying to Kimura him right off of it and see if I can come under and roll him over, which I do, but the cage is helping him in this situation. I'm still trying to get his arm, and he rips out. And boom, now I'd be probably eating some shots in MMA, so I have to be careful. I'm always trying to get the inside, and anytime there's space and you want to get up, like he wasn't chest to chest with me, he was postured, I'm always going to shoot that underhook in and glue my ear to his chest, go to my hand, get up and base. Key detail is to keep your ear to the chest. If you create any space, he has the front headlock. And he could probably still get the front headlock here like he does. So you got to be careful when you're getting up, especially against a good guillotine guy. So I have this, which makes it hard for him to put his elbow up to finish the standing guillotine. I don't think he's going to finish without that elbow up here. So I put my arm there first. I wouldn't like this for MMA because he'd be blasting me in the face with his knee. So that sucks. And again, he could land a nice elbow here. Bang. All right, so it's a jiu-jitsu roll, but obviously you got to keep the strikes in mind too when you're doing something like this. I'm trying the whizzer throw. I usually get that. And then if I don't, I peel the foot up. So if you whizzer throw and they land, you can ankle pick off of it. I missed the ankle pick, but I still have a good whizzer. He's trying to come behind me. He can't. I look for the arm drag. Couldn't get it. He's got his head in a great position. This is where he should be, with his head right under my chin, mushing me into the wall, always keeping it physical, always keeping anxiety on people. And this is just my move. I always go for that front headlock. I can get it all the time. And now I look here. His legs are on an angle again. So I don't know if I'm thinking this because I don't remember, but I'm always thinking to use my leg to trip out one of these. If he was standing upright, it would be pretty hard because all of his weight's on it. But when you lean against the wall, most of your weight is right here on the wall, so your legs are light. So if I can kick this leg behind and trip it out, or this one trip it out, I'm always looking to do that. And I see the angle he's on. See, he's kind of like leaning against the wall. Now he's standing, so now it's going to be tough. And now he goes for the guillotine again on me. I see an opportunity to dump him over here. I try, he defended, and these just become really tiring rolls when you go with guys like Q, who are just grindy and just always pushing forward. And again, my front headlock, like I said, I can get this almost any time on people. It's just a quick snap down, and it's just a lot of experience I have doing it. But he's, again, really good at getting out of that. So kind of just wastes my energy, really. But look, every time the legs are not straight and he's leaning weight on the wall, these legs become able to be kicked out or grabbed and pulled out with my own leg. My hands are kind of occupied, so I just try to use my legs as hands and ankle pick. I don't know if I get it, but I try. I get this pretty often on people who stand on the wall like this. But again, I'm looking for it. It's a little far for me right now. This one's protected by the wall. This one's a little far. But if you can get it, get it. I'm just trying to give him those MMA grinds, those MMA wrestling grinds. This is not normally how I roll with people, but I know he's got fights coming up always, so I want to get him that tired. And there it is again, the front headlock, but he's got his hands locked now, so we call this the number one here. If you lock your hands under the butt, it's almost a guaranteed butt drop takedown. So I'm trying to pummel in if I could. I couldn't. So now I'm looking for the switch. He puts his legs too far. Maybe I should look on the other side for a switch. That's what I would do if I was coaching me right now, but it's too late. And his hands are still locked, so he still has a chance. But I'm just trying to use my size advantage. I knew I was going down anyway, so I was like, I might as well try to go for a guillotine off of it, or at least get position, which luckily I was able to do. And now I'm kind of not in a great position because he kind of has the single X if he wants to throw that foot in the hip. I'd rather swivel this foot over for the float, but now I'm in half guard. And I want to basically, I'd love to get the mount here because for MMA, if you have the mount with the person's head on the wall, it's like one of the best positions because he can't use the wall with his feet because his feet are over here. He's pressed up against the cage. I could put my head on the wall and just start raining down punches. Anytime he bucks his hips, I'd run into the wall, which I can't really be rolled there. So I'm just trying to put as much shoulder pressure as I can on him and just use this instep to pop out into a mount. And guys, MMA, I don't care if your ankle's trapped, that's mount. So in MMA, I would posture up, start punching him. But in jiu-jitsu, that is not mount. He could easily push it right back. I'm not really trying to go for the head arm trunk. I'm just trying to use this to control him. It's a great control position, especially against guys who are smaller than you. You can kind of muscle up that arm and make it so he only has one arm to defend. And of course, I see a wrist lock here. I try to get it. But I'm just using it to trap. I want to get that leg out. He got back to half guard. And I'm looking for a leg drag here. Leg drag. and he threw the other one over like he was supposed to, but he made a critical error and he turned his back to me. Not sure why he did that. I think it was towards the end of the round, and he thought he could just scramble up. But if you're going against, a black belt, well, you gotta have it. Usually you'll get your back taken or a bad position, which is what I'm doing here. And then I go for the mount. And I think my weight and size is wearing down on him now. But again, Billy really doesn't ever get tired, so he doesn't act tired. So he'll keep pushing to the end, And I want to walk this arm up now for the head arm triangle. Now I'm in a good position to do it, so I'm looking for it, but he keeps getting his arms out. He's working on my legs to elbow escape. I found his neck. I grab it. I have an arm in guillotine here. I have to work this foot up higher, though. It was on his butt. So if I can just heel toe, this like right here to the no judges needed writing here, shameless plug, I feel like I can get it. So that's what I'm trying to do, but I'm doing it in slippery sweat. So that's about as high as I can get it, and I'm really trying to squeeze now, really trying to pull his head up. He's got his arm in there, and I knew he was going to get out, so I just said, screw it, I'm not going to waste my energy. And I think the bell might have rang. All right, I guess there's about a minute left. So end of the match, he shoots again. I look for the front headlock, trying to get the insides. He's trying to just push the pace. I do a little calf kick there. He's just getting the single leg, but I have an underhook, so it's not really going to work. So I go back to the front headlock, and it just stops almost all the takedowns. That's why I use it, and I use it for attacking too. And I'm just letting him shoot. I want him to shoot so we can get some more scrambles on the wall and go from there. So he shoots in. Now I'm looking for the Kimura right off of and he was looking to pull my ankle out because I'm kind of leaning like he was doing before. But then I catch myself and I lean straight. And I see the ankle pick again. Look, he's leaning to the lean. And I guess the round's over. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you really like this stuff, subscribe to my YouTube. Comment. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.